Institutes of the Christian Religion by John Calvin, Book 1, chapter 5, section 5, The Confusion of Creature with Creator. But now I have no concern with that pigsty. Rather, I take to task those given to fanciful subtleties, who willingly drag forth in oblique fashion that frigid statement of Aristotle, both to destroy the immortality of the soul and to deprive God of his right. For since the soul has organic faculties, they by this pretext bind the soul to the body so that it may not subsist without it, and by praising nature they suppress God's name as far as they can. Yet the powers of the soul are far from being confined to functions that serve the body. Of what concern is it to the body that you measure the heavens, gather the number of the stars, determine the magnitude of each, know what space lies between them, with what swiftness or slowness they complete their courses, how many degrees this way or that they decline? I confess indeed that astronomy has some use, but I am only showing that in this deepest investigation of heavenly things there is no organic symmetry. But here is an activity of the soul distinct from the body. I have put forth one example from which it will be easy for my readers to derive the rest. Manifold indeed is the nimbleness of the soul with which it surveys heaven and earth, joins past to future, retains its memories something heard long before, nay, pictures to itself whatever it pleases. Manifold also is the skill with which it devises things incredible, and which is the mother of so many marvelous devices. These are unfailing signs of divinity in man. Why is it that the soul not only vaguely roves about, but conceives many useful things, ponders concerning many, even divines the future, all while man sleeps? What ought we to say here except that the signs of immortality which have been implanted in man cannot be effaced? Now, what reason would there be to believe that man is divine, and not to recognize his Creator? Shall we indeed distinguish between right and wrong by that judgment which has been imparted to us? Yet will there be no judge in heaven? Will there remain for us even in sleep some remnant of intelligence, yet will no God keep watch in governing the world? Shall we think ourselves inventors of so many arts and useful things that God may be defrauded of his praise, even though experience sufficiently teaches that what we have has been unequally distributed among us from another source? Some persons, moreover, babble about a secret inspiration that gives life to the whole universe. But what they say is not only weak but completely profane. Virgil's famous saying pleases them. First of all, an inner spirit feeds sky, earth, and watery fields, the shining orb of moon and Titan star, and mind pervades its members, sways all the mass, unites with its great frame. Thence come the race of man and beast, the life of winged things, strange shapes that ocean bears beneath his glassy floor, of fire the vigor, the divine the source of those life seeds. As if the universe which was founded as a spectacle of God's glory were in its own creator. For thus the same author has elsewhere followed the view common to Greeks and Latins alike. The beast, some teach, received a share of mind, divine, ethereal draught. For God, men say, pervades all things, the earth, expanse of seas, and heaven's depth. From him the flocks and herds, men and beasts of every sort at birth, draw slender life. Ye, unto him all things do then return, unmade, are then restored. Death has no place, but still alive they fly unto the starry ranks, to heaven's height. See of what value to beget and nourish godliness in men's hearts is that jejune speculation about the universal mind which animates and quickens the world. This shows itself even more clearly in the sacrilegious words of the filthy dog Lucretius, which has been deduced from that principle. This is indeed making a shadow deity to drive away the true God, whom we should fear and adore. I confess, of course, that it can be said reverently provided that it proceeds from a reverent mind that nature is God. But because it is a harsh and improper saying, since nature is rather the order prescribed by God, it is harmful in such weighty matters, in which special devotion is due, to involve God confusedly in the inferior course of his works.